Alright, have you learned coding mostly by yourself or at university? University, I learned data structures and I would say more mathy and theory-based stuff, and then I learned most of like the web development, GraphQL, Typescript, all that jazz on my own. Alright, looks like I made sure I got rid of that, and let's go ahead and add yup. Alright, so yep, I went ahead and installed that. I think I have to install the types as well. So I'm trying to decide right now if I want to set up a monorepo, because then I can share my yup schema between my backend and my front end. I've never set up a so I'm planning on using Next.js for my front end. I've never set up a monorepo with that. Let's just see if that's hard to do. Why is that not a monorepo? Yeah, okay, so you're not, I guess it's one project. Well, so what would you call it if I have all my stuff? I guess it's one project with multiple, okay, we'll call it this. I'm thinking about setting up a Yarn workspace. Yeah, I sometimes get slowness with Vim plugin. Even like what I've been working the last hour or so, it kind of just freezes up sometimes. Alright, let's go ahead and go for it then. One too many. Alright, so we have Code Ponder. We have all this jazz here. Let me commit it before I start setting up the monorepo, because things go wrong very quickly. Alright, so this is going to be server initial setup. And let's go ahead and push our code up to GitHub. So let's create a folder called server. And I'm going to move everything into it. And let's create packages and remove server into packages. And now I need to create a package.json, and I'm just going to copy what I used for my project. Full stack. Hey, Liquidor. And I don't think we'll have too much stuff we have to know hoist, because we're not going to get into React Native for this, so that's going to be nice. Thoughts on VS Code live code editing thing? I actually haven't tried it yet. I've been wanting to, because I've heard it's really nice. So we don't need no hoist. We don't need any scripts right now. And then we need to set up a Lerna config. Alright, let's go ahead and just say yarn. I probably should have killed the node modules in my server first. Let's go ahead and do that. Packages, server, node modules. Goodbye. I'm gonna go ahead and yarn. I don't know if I'm missing a step. What would you need Lerna for? So Lerna is just nice in general when you're doing a monorepo. I think it's lerna.js. So it has some things that can help you out. So things we don't really care about with the Yarn workspace. I don't think we really care about Bootstrap. Hey Obix, I believe it's still useful if we want to end up publishing this as a package. But all these other commands I believe are still valid and helpful to us. If we want to diff stuff, and this is the one I tend to use the most if I want to run scripts in multiple packages. It's not a monorepo if it's one project. I suppose. Okay, what do you call what I'm doing? Just a regular project? So what would you call it if I were to split up the server in the website into separate repos versus this? What build script would you recommend to a big size project? What are you referring to? What kind of project is it? Are you talking about a build script for your backend, build script for your front end? What are you wanting to build? Alright, that looked like it installed okay. I guess let's just see if I can start the server and see if all the dependencies are in place. We don't need a yarn. Here's a server shared front end going to same layer. That's a monorepo. Yeah, I don't know the exact. Okay, I just didn't go into a server. I don't know what the exact definition is. Here we go, let's all argue about things that don't matter. Yes, exactly. No connection details found. Yes, I love that. So this is because my orm config is here, and my TS config, or my node modules are up here. I'm trying to decide how I want to handle that. I guess let's just go with the easiest thing I could do, which is move it there. Well, Next.js we're going to do server-side rendering, but I'm not going to be having my server on the same. They're going to be two different servers. Cool. So it looks like our setup is good. And so I'm going to create a new package here called common. Let's initialize it. And now let's name these things. What are you trying to achieve? I am currently setting up a monorepo. That way I can share code between my front end and back end. Now, particularly what I'm currently wanting to share are my validation schemas. So for example, when someone inputs an email, username, and password, I want the same validation on my front end and back end. If you're talking about what this project is, I'm setting up a marketplace for code reviews. Alright, so we have this. Create a source folder. And yes, we're going to be using Typescript for this common. So I guess, do I want Typescript? Do I need Typescript here? I think the answer is yes. And I want to set this up for, so I want to set this up for a TypeScript 3 like composite project. There's a really nice GitHub there's a really nice GitHub package or just project that has this set up. I think it starts with like a Q. AZQ. It's like Quill something something. I forget what this is. Program creating set of Typescript model repo 2. Nice. Yes, Cormy, that's his name. I really should be saying GitHub this whole time instead of Typescript. Why can't I find this guy? I need to search better. There we go. Alright, so we're going to mirror his setup because it is a nice one. So no tsconfig in the outer scope. Let's make sure I'm on the right branch. Yep. Oh, he puts the tsconfig in the packages. Okay. I am 21. tsconfig there. So why does he have a tsconfig settings and a tsconfig? Common JS. Okay, so they all import from the settings. All right, well, I mean, let's set this up. All right, so when are you going to do a series on Elixir and Phoenix framework? Not sure. I'm actually less excited about Elixir now. I like Elixir, and I think the framework looks really cool, but I'm kind of really into static typing now, so I'm not sure if I want to do other stuff. Server and common. So yeah, I'm not sure if I want to use Elixir anymore just because I lose static typing. Have you tried bit plus npm? Are you talking about Bitbucket? Yeah, I have problems with VS Code in importing monorepos too. We'll see if this setup works up nicely. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I must have the setting composite true. See, that's what I thought as well. Maybe it's because we're going to be importing. Yeah, it doesn't import from that thing. Why does he not set composite equal to true? Yeah, I'm going to be using Next.js for this. He's referring to bit source. I'm making a, let's move that over here. Hey, what's up, dude? Today I'm making a marketplace for code reviews. Components are building blocks. Are you an architect? Yeah, never used this before. I'll have to look into it later. How much time do you have left? Let's see. I think I've been coding for like, it's 10:40. I think I've been coding for like less than 2 hours, so we have a long time still. I'm just gonna search for if he talks about composite, and he doesn't. Why does he not set up composite? All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and add composite here and see what problems we have, and then fix them later. Oh, I have to set composite from the other end. That's what I need to do. I need to set composite for the tsconfig over here. I was like, what am I doing wrong? All right, we're good to go. Let's go ahead. Tsconfig settings.json. Anyone got a video with his life story? I did a video kind of like that, but I didn't really get too in depth. If you go to my YouTube channel, it should be there somewhere. Oh no, what was coming? As you said, you understand second. Did you look into ReasonML at all? Yes, I did. I'm interested in that, and I think at some point I'll probably spend more time doing it, but I think at this point TypeScript is the better option. All right, let's go ahead and copy his settings. Actually, it looks like this is just standard settings that he's sharing across packages. I'm not even going to worry about the settings for now. Now here's where I think I need to add composite. Nope, unless he has it in the settings, and I just missed it. Yes, he does, okay. Since you said yeah. Compiler options, good. And I need to add references. So the server is going to reference the common directory. So we're going to say path, and then we're going to say common. Cool. I think this is set up nicely. I'm guessing we need composite also in the common. And you know what, why don't we just grab what my tsconfig is for the common from this as well. That we can get the consistency. Because we want a different one than from our server, I believe. I can't remember if I set up composites with this or not. Nope, no composite. So include, that seems fine. Exclude, that's fine. Not sure without this base URL and path stuff. We'll have to deal with that later. Declaration, module, alter. Okay. So let's go ahead and add TypeScript. And what we're going to do is set up a script here. It's just build the package. And we also need to grab, yep. And we're going to grab the types. How long did it take you to get used to Vim? I'm guessing like a week. And then I feel like I probably got to similar, if not like a little bit slower than not using Vim. And then it just kind of exponentially grew from there. I'm going to say yup schemas. And here I'm going to create register schema. The base and path stuff caused for some problems. It could not find stuff if you not add it, I think. Yeah, I'll probably be adding it in soon. I think you can also stream on YouTube, but you have to use like a restream thing. So I didn't bother trying setting that up. And I'm not sure if that's against like the terms and services too. So I was just like stayed out of that. So I'm just going to be streaming on Twitch. Currently drinking black tea and it's lychee flavored. Register schema, we're gonna have an object, we're gonna have a username, we're gonna have an email, and we're gonna have a password. Alright, so this is gonna be a string, this is gonna be an email, it's required, we'll say the min length is, let's go ahead and say 5, and the max is gonna be I can't, because I can't rewind here, no other video options are available for ADP. Is that the only setting it allows? So is it kind of blurry right now then? I definitely will have, after this, I'll put it up on GitHub. I mean, not GitHub, on YouTube. I'll export the video. Have you tried the browser extension Octotree to show navigating code? I haven't tried Octotree. What I do have is I have the other Octo one. I don't think it works for C++ code. Alright, but like, see how it gives me links to these right here? And so I can click it, yeah, Octolinker. That one's super nice. So I just click around. Haven't tried the tree one yet. Okay, so the max, I don't know, what's the max email someone's gonna have? We'll just say 500, see if someone has a crazy one. And alright, so here we're gonna say username is required, min length is gonna be 3, max length, let's say, I don't know, 50? That might be too much. Let's say 30. So min, max, required. Now we need a regular expression. So we can set this up. And I'm wondering if we should just set something else up. Okay, I was wondering if there was just like a simpler one that has set up where it has only alphanumeric characters or something. Now let's go ahead and do matches. I've never used this before, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so dot matches. And then our regular expression is we're gonna say A through Z, also uppercase, and 0 through 9. And do we want to allow dashes? Are you using typeworm? I am for this. I've never heard of Yup schema blurs. I'm using to choose this over class validator. Well, the nice thing that I like about Yup is I can set up a schema pretty quickly, and I can use it for both my front end and back end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be setting up a form that checks the schema on the front end, and I'm going to also use the same schema on the back end, so it has nice code reuse. Thank you for hating code and not programming. You're welcome. No good internet here. Good luck. I hope he's going to have video parts on YouTube. Yeah, after this, I'm going to be, the video, it's going to be ported over to Twitch, and then that will send it to YouTube afterwards. I'll see you later, man. Let's not worry about underscores for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and just say if this doesn't match numbers, so letters and numbers only. So this is, Yup gives you default error messages, and then here I'm just adding a custom one. So for password, we're going to have a min. Oh, by the way, when I was putting in the min for the email, I was thinking I was doing that for the password. I think the min email is going to be like, I think it's like 3. Password min, I'm going to say 5. Max, I'll let you have up to 1,000, and it's going to be required. Alright, so now on my index over here, I'm going to export all from Yup schemas /register. So now in my server, if I set this up correctly, I can now import that. Is it possible to implement I18 in? You know, I don't know. I bet there is, because a lot of people are going to want, so there's probably some kind of integration with it. But personally, I have not tried setting that up. Okay, so in my package.json, I just need to add that package. And then I think I just yarn. It is for handling international, if you want to translate like messages and stuff. Alright, so now we'll see if this works. This is where we're going to be debugging for a wee bit of time, possibly. So I'm going to say register schema. And it's not going to get auto-completion from it, I don't think. How do you delete the whole word like that without selecting it? So are you talking about, so like here's this whole word here, and I just go like that? So that is Vim, and I push DW. So D is for delete, and W is for a word, so I say delete word. I can also like delete the whole line. So for example, if I do DD, deletes the whole line. Yeah, highly recommend learning Vim if you don't know it. You could just kind of whiz around. Okay, so we cannot find this module. And okay, I know why. We have not set up the common over there. You know, I haven't tried Emacs myself. At some time I really should, because I should know what the other side is like. Alright, so I'm going to say dist/index, and now I just need to compile the code. We'll just say Typescript there. And I don't think I need anything else. We'll see. Okay. Well, let's get rid of not the tsconfig. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I might get ignore. I'm just gonna add the dist directory. How'd you get better for typing for programming? Actually, my typing isn't super fast. Like, it's decent, but it's not amazing. You could just, I think I did, like, when I was younger, I just did some, like, typing tests. Vim is what allows me to kind of move faster. Alright, so I added that. In my package.json, I pointed to that. And then I also need to do, is it called types? I forget the name. Let's go see what I have set up. Typings is what it's called. Alright, so we built it. Let's say yarn. How can you deploy projects and know they are secure? I don't know how to know if they're secure or not. I guess you put it up there and see if you've been hacked after 30 days or something. Register. Yeah. Okay. And we're gonna follow. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. Can't find the module. Okay, so now we're gonna have to figure out how do we connect these two. So I have it here. In my tsconfig, I say it references it. I have composite set to true. I have composite set to true here. You think I need to set the path? Well, the best way to learn is to go ahead and just deploy it. And then you can fix stuff when things go wrong. It could be the path. Here's the way to tell. Here's how we know it. There's two things. There's when I build the code, and then there's let's just log this, and then there's VS Code. So what kind of app are you going to make? I'm making a marketplace for code reviews, so people can get code reviews and give code reviews. Okay, so we can't find it. We have that. And alright, so that's problem one. So the problem here is, you see we have dist and then source and then index.js. But in my package.json, I said dist index. So basically this path just straight doesn't exist. So in my tsconfig, and then yes, this is where I can set a base config, I believe. And then I can set a root directory as source, I think. Yeah, I can set, I think, does Bootstrap also build the projects? I can't remember. Alright, this looks better, and I'm just gonna get rid of this. Hey, what's up, Phil? Cool. Awesome, now I can find the package. Alright, so we set up our monorepo for the common. Is it a good idea to use Vim for front-end developing? I use Vim for front-end developing. I use Vim as a plugin to VS Code, and VS Code is just amazing with React on the front end. Hey, what's up, man? So now that we have the register schema here, we're going to go ahead and validate. And I'm just going to copy what I did for the Airbnb clone here. Did I do one for the register? I can't remember. I did, perfect. Alright, so the arguments here is going to be our input. I need to add this format yup error. Thanks, Pollux. Tmux is a terminal and fish is a shell. So fish is a shell. Tmux is a terminal. I forget what they call it, like splitter or muxer or something. And basically what it allows me to do is I kind of have like these tabs here, and if I want I can like switch between the two tabs from the keyboard, and like here I've split my screen, I can split it again, I can split it like different directions and stuff. I'm a pretty basic user and I just tend to just like use tabs like this, but that's what Tmux is, and you can use it with anything. So like I'm using the terminal from VS Code here, with Tmux running on it, and then I'm using fish shell for this. Yeah, so I'm gonna, after this is done, it's gonna be, I'm gonna put it on YouTube. GraphQL Summit was great. There was a lot of cool people there. Have you ever used Screen? No, I haven't. Just Tmux. What are your thoughts on no front-end validation but only using format errors coming from? I think that's fine, but you're going to be making more requests to your server that way. So I like to add, basically it's just an optimization, is to add the errors on the front end as well, or the validation on the front end as well. You save some requests. The most important thing for me is you can persist your sessions in Tmux. Yes, that's super nice. Like for example, if I just like kill this by, right, and so I want to reattach, I just say Tmux A, and I already have everything back up. So like if my VS Code crashes, I don't have to restart up all my screens, which is really nice. Yeah. You know, I heard, I saw the announcement from Z, but I haven't tried their now version 2 yet. It looks cool though. I've heard some mixed opinions on it though. I've heard some people are liking it, some people are just like, it looks, they're not enjoying it as much as the V1. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for the format yup errors. And let's create a folder up here called utils. Alright, I think this code is good to go. I don't think we need to make any changes to it. And I'm just going to import it. Alright. Nice. So it's complaining to me because I should be returning an object here called errors. And does this return an array? Yeah, it returns an array of errors. Perfect. Do you think that TypeScript is perfect as it is, or is there things that you can improve upon? TypeScript has been pretty good for stuff so far. I think some of the inference sometimes has problems, and sometimes like it could be like a little bit smarter, but overall I've had pretty good experiences with TypeScript. I think like things get awkward when I try setting up like higher order components in TypeScript. All the time I have problems with it. But other than that, sometimes it's a little complicated in React sometimes. But overall, I've had a good experience with TypeScript. Alright, I guess let's test this out now. It's really nice. Can you live stream your YouTube videos on Twitch first and upload them to YouTube? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Started following Kent Dodds. Now he's a pretty cool tuts on React Advanced Patterns. Yeah, Kent Dodds has a lot of nice stuff. Have you seen his testing course or tried that out? That looks really interesting. Alright, so this is our playground. Let's make sure the server is up. It is, and we can check our validation. Alright, so here I'm going to put a $sign in the middle. Alright, so we get email already in use. So that means this did not work, I don't think. Oh, you just bought it? Cool, let me know how you like it. I'm thinking about getting it myself. Okay, so our regular expression didn't work. Let's see if any of our other validation worked. This did. So it says letters and numbers only. Username must be at least 3 characters, and the username is a required field. Okay. Must be at least 3 characters. What about if I do a $sign? Oh, you know what, guys? I know why my regular expression didn't work. Because I didn't write a good one. So this just captures the first letter, I think. So, alright, let me just show you guys what I usually do for this. So, what I should have done is I think I just need to add like a plus at the end. But what I should have done here, let's copy you, is I like this website right here. Are you guys talking about the Kent Dodds course? I think it's called Testing JavaScript. Yeah. Here you guys go. Alright, so this is what I want. I want this thing not to be match because we have a special character there. And so when I had this before, it was just matching individual characters, and I don't think that works. So I'm guessing I need to hit the plus sign there. I think I want to really just do the star. So that means it could not be there at all and be an empty string. I'm totally okay with an empty string because this required is going to check it. Alright, so I changed the code on the common, and when I do that, I need to rebuild. I don't know if my server restarted. Let's see. Nope, it definitely still is not working. Yarn versus npm. I use Yarn pretty much exclusively. One, I'm using Yarn workspaces right now, and two, it seems to be just faster for me. Alright, so let's try that. Yep. So my regular expression is still not working. So what are you making? I'm making a marketplace for code reviews, so people can basically, they're looking for people to check their code, and then people can also give code reviews, like experts come in and kind of give you advice and stuff. Alright, what if I put a character at the beginning? I think all my other regular expression stuff is working, or validation I mean. Because like we get this, username must be at least 3 characters, username must be field. Question mark is for optional regex, is wildcard. Is it? I always forget about it. So, no, see, look, I think, let's see. Yeah, so star, I can get it from 0 or unlimited times. So for example, this string will match because it's an empty string, but will also match is if I put characters, and that's kind of what I want. I'm setting up a GraphQL API. It's pretty neat. You offer teaching. Head over to my YouTube channel. That's pretty much where all my teachings are. Why doesn't it like my, yep. Let's see if there's an example of how they use match. I think I'm just using match wrong. Do I need to return? I guess I need to just try returning and let's see if I just make it a group. I don't think that'll really help it, but what are your thoughts on Angular? Okay, it built really fast. I don't know if I'm just gonna rebuild this and restart it. I haven't tried Angular, so I can't say. Personally, I'm really liking React, so I just continue doing React, and it seems to be the more popular choice as well. What age did you start coding? I think I started coding at maybe like 16. I did a Java course, and then I probably started web development maybe at like age 18. I am happy with my Dask keyboard. Thanks, man. Thanks, COD. Email, yup.string.email. Yeah. Do I have it something else? Yup.string. Yep. Yep, that's exactly right. I have the brown caps. I saw that Vue 3.3 is out, or 3.0 is out, and I saw there were some big improvements on it. Personally, I haven't tried Vue either. I'm pretty much in the React camp all the way. But, so like, here's how it goes for me. If I'm not using React, I would do Vue next, and then after that, I would try Angular out. So that's kind of like my personal rankings, what I would try. But this is just like from stuff I've heard. I've never actually tried Angular or Vue, so. Alright, so we rebuilt that. I'm going to restart my server. I don't think I have to re-yarn or anything. So what I want to happen is when I type stuff, and I have a $sign in the middle, I want it to tell me only numbers and digits. But instead, it makes it past it and thinks it's a valid username. I mean, I'm definitely doing something silly with my regular expression. I don't really want to create my own custom one, but I could. My problem with React, or maybe front-end stuff in general, is that there's so much ways to do the same thing. Then I look up guides and docs. Everyone is doing different folder structures and different packages. Yeah, I can see where that can be hard, especially at first, because there's like so many people doing so many different things, and it could be hard to see the best practices. But you could also say that's an advantage. There's a lot of flexibility in your own style. You can kind of use it your own way, which is nice. But I would definitely say React has definitely a learning curve. Let's see if there's any other matches. You know, yeah, let's give that a try. They didn't include like a beginning and end string, but I think that's a good idea. Because I don't want any like random spaces in there. Let's add that. And get rid of this. Alright, the other thing I'm going to add here is... No. And I just need to verify whether this restarts when I rebuild it. Doesn't look like it is, so let's go ahead and restart it ourselves. Yeah, there's a lot of, especially in GraphQL right now, there's really not a best practice for GraphQL backend. There's so many different ways that people are doing it. Why is this not restarting? There we go. Thanks, man. Put a random ampersand there, letters and numbers only. Let's create that. Email already in use. Cool. So we got the validation all done for our email, or for registering. And I can't find this. I think it just rebuilt. I think if I restart it can. All right, so set up common folder and register schema. And let's push this up. So what do I want to do next? Let's go ahead and do login next. What VS Code extensions are you using? I am using these. So I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, and then we're going to get started on the login. Yeah, this is a Marcus chair. It's really nice. Yeah, I like to keep light on extensions. I feel like it slows stuff down if I had too many. Yeah, you can. So like go to this, you can say disable and just disable things for the workspace. All right, so I'm gonna create a new folder. I was on 8 gigabytes of RAM for a while, and that just was not, my VS Code was not happy with that. So I think we're going to use the same values as, no, we're not going to use the same values, because it's going to be username or email. So after the user logs in, we're going to give them a user. And we're not always going to get a user back, so both of these are unrequired. I need to regenerate the types. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. So my server needs to be started to generate the types. I think I can also give it a schema, but I don't have it set up that way. And I just need to say log in here and then get rid of all this stuff that's causing errors. How can you watch past live streams? I haven't live streamed in a really long time, so I don't think I have anything up. I think it all went away with, I think Twitch, you can keep it in Twitch for like 30 days or something, and then it goes away, and I can't remember. I think I might have uploaded them to YouTube. You can go search maybe on my YouTube videos. There might be some from a really long time ago. Are you generating types via GraphQL Gen? I am not. I am using, there's a new package, or it's not, I guess it's been around for a little bit, but they just released a new version, so I'm trying this one out. GraphQL code generator.